probably a lot of people look at churches and they look at people who go to churches and they see people who don't live it,
Yeah.
like what you're saying. And it does what you're talking about where they get burned by it. It's like, man, these people talk about all this, but they don't live that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you reach somebody who has been burned or whatever, has a negative experience with a church, and they just kind of like, they look at that and they say, that's not what I want to be a part of. How do you reach that person? How do you get to that person and say, hey man, I know that you have a troubled past with, an organization like this, but we're going to work together. How do you build trust with that?
First thing is a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have a relationship with them.
Mm-hmm.
People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So if I don't have a relationship with someone, how can I ever reach them? How can I ever speak truth into them? The thing that I tell people all the time, and I tell my classes, you have to earn the right to speak truth in someone's life. You just can't roll up to someone and just say, hey, I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with you. No, you can't do that. I mean, you can, but they're not gonna receive it.
Yeah.
But if you do life with that person, if Stephen Covey says, seek first to understand before being understood. So if I'm trying to understand, hey, what happened with you in church XYZ, or why are you put off by church? Listening to them. And the thing that is that people have to understand that church is full of a bunch of broken people following a perfect savior. So it's not that anyone gets up in the morning and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to fail everybody today. I want to let everybody down. No, that doesn't. For the most part, you don't see that. It's just, man, we're people. We're broken people. We're marred by sin. We got experiences that we bring to life, and it's just sometimes, man, life is just messy. I mean, I think you would agree with that. It's just navigating the day in and day out.
Yeah, there's no way really to avoid suffering, and it's out there. People making choices. Some people are going to make the wrong choices. And sometimes, a storm comes through and you really just can't help it. That suffering's out there. But I want to go back to something that you said, talking about you need to seek to understand, right? That is an idea that I've had before. And another person, he phrased it to me, you need to wage peace. The way that people wage war, you need to seek peace with people. You got to fight for that peace and that understanding between each other. And that really stuck with me on, like, okay, how do you approach somebody who you don't get along with?
Well, for me personally, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Right, wrong, and indifferent. You're entitled to your opinion. I just want to hear the story of how you form the opinion. Not saying that I would agree with your opinion, but I want to hear the steps that you've taken to form that opinion so that I could be like, okay, I understand that. I may not agree with it.
Yeah.
But it's okay. That's the thing, man. I have 2 daughters and I tell them all the time, it's okay to disagree with people. That's life. Okay. We're all different and it's okay. We don't have to character assassinate people. We could disagree all day long. Some people may like Apple. Some people may like Windows. It's okay, And so the way I try to seek peace, number one is listen.
Yeah.
Think about nowadays, how many people are truly listening? Just want to just like sit there and like listen, not hear, but listen. Like I really want to tune into what you're saying, your body language. I mean, you think about it now. What is everybody
typing on the phone?
Yeah, but listen, having a conversation with somebody, and I'm a big fan of that. Eye contact, verbal language, listening to them. So I want to listen, talk to them, hear where they're coming from. Again, may not agree with it, but at least we can hear each other out and have more respect for each other going forward.
Yeah.
And so but that's hard.
Oh yeah.
It's very hard.
It's hard to do
because you have to open yourself up. And some of the times, let's just be honest, some of the times people form opinions based off of faulty information.
Oh yeah.
And when it's questioned, they start to see that. Now you could bow up and say, well, who are you? Or you could be like, oh, okay. Never thought of that. Being receptive to it.